How to beat Devil of the Reed Fields in the mission Dance with the Devil. Because first time when I encountered this guy, I almost abandoned playing the game. If you're not familiar with this type of games, you might get discouraged by fighting with the first boss fight, which is probably not the hardest one. There is some other boss fights that's going to be more annoying to play with. And some of them you need to do some of the abilities because otherwise you cannot beat them and you need to use a specific ability. But in the case of this guy, what you have to do is that you need to prepare yourself properly. And that involves cooking. Once you have the recipe with the clear soup, be sure you're going to have enough of those because it's the most important thing to have. You can heal yourself and it does give you enough heals. You need to go in the first town and there you have everything you need. You have the gear, crafting, and enhancement. You also have the ingredients for the food and you will need to build enough of those. And if you did all of that, then you need to be sure your gear it's ready and you have a proper sword. You can find all kinds of swords around the map in different chests. And the one that I'm using, it's in Lioncrest Manor. It's a small building next to the big one. It calls the Hondo. It has very nice moves. And after you find your weapon, be sure to visit the witch in the cave and put the right runes on your weapons and on your gear. You can craft it there. You can extract some of the stones and put it on different elements of your gear. Be sure that you're going to create enough spaces because you can create spaces. Obviously, you're going to need some money for that because it costs some money. And it doesn't matter what type of gear you will have, what type of armor you're going to have. It's just important to have enough spaces to just add a lot of stones on them with different abilities that it's making your character very powerful once you combine those properly. So you don't need to just play with one weapon because that weapon has just a specific thing. You can use all kinds of weapons or just one weapon from the beginning until the end and you just put the right stones with the right abilities on it and your character is going to be amazing. One of the ability that I do recommend to have on your attachments, it doesn't matter, you don't need to follow the route exactly. If you have a plus, you can apply to it without actually following the links. And one of it is this one, which is echoing /. This is doubling your damage because it has an echo, and I definitely recommend to have that. Plus, add a lot of points in your stamina. If you want, add a little bit of health and maybe a little bit of spirit. So after you have enough food, you prepare your character. Then it's one more step in the boss fight, which is in phase 2 of the battle. And that is that you need to destroy those totems that appear after the first phase. Because if you don't destroy those totems, you cannot beat the guy. Once you destroy those totems, you can fight with the guy and kill it. Of course, if you time your moments properly, if you avoid the critical hits, you're gonna get less damage. But if you have enough food and if you upgraded your gear, you are good to go. And you're gonna feel that the guy was not hard to kill after you prepare yourself properly. If that was helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. We're gonna try complete Crimson Desert. And you can check the stream when I stream the game. Enjoy the battle and see you bad boys on the next one. Bad Boy NK signing off.
I've come to claim your head.
Take such a pitiful life as mine. Well, you're certainly not the first to try. My own mother and father made the first attempt. That lech fucked his way across the countryside in hopes of an heir. And I was all he had to show for it. Yet when the plague overtook me in my youth, my father saw me unfit for his I truly am. Even if you did, it would make no difference. This is where your life ends.
Still trying to learn that progress though. Oh my god, that was again. Come on, dude.
His words still hang like a noose upon me.
Die! How can such a creature claim to bear my noble blood? You are not even alive. Shuffle off this mortal coil and honor our family with your death.
Resorting to cheap tricks.
Come on.
You're quite the persistent worm. Impressive, but you still die by my hand. One way or another. Have you ever felt the need for a scarecrow's protection? Whenever someone stood in your way.
Oh, come on, dude.
Felt helpless and utterly alone. Have you never longed to hide yourself behind a mask?
Oh, come on. Get the out of here.
Behind this mask lies unstoppable suffering. Then I'll shatter it.
Yeah, you definitely need the sword to get this guy. Because it moves very well with that sword. The one yesterday that I was having, it was kind of impossible.
You may kill this single form, but you cannot kill me.
I just did it.
Stand and fight! The grudge born by this mask shall live on within every